Good evening. Welcome to another class with Liquid Levy and Samson. Is Samson here? I don't know. Samson might not be available tonight. You might just have me. Took longs at 9:30. Price started to reverse after moving stop to break even. Got out early because I had a bad feeling. Only took one trade up 240. Yeah, you took the short. You took the quick short. Be like, you take the short right at 9:30. Oh, longs. Jesus, what am I? Oh, so you took a tiny. Okay, so you scalped like. Where are we? That was your confirmation. You're waiting for the close over here. Yeah, I mean, ballsy. I wish there'd be an SMT, a bullish SMT. There wasn't. Um, yeah, nothing swept like sell side right here. But if you're up, you're up. That's good. But just definitely hone in the discipline a little bit more because sometimes those won't work in your favor. Um, Yeah, I usually wait for the manipulation leg or the Judas swing. So I would have liked to have seen us pump and then the reversal up here. So the short up here is what really printed. We got up into the 50%. That's the bright white line. So we broke 50%, got into premium, and then we inversed this gap here. There was plenty of points, 811 to 805. So you had like six, totally valid 5-point minimum. So you had to close under right here. You would have entered at like 802, 800. Stop loss at about 815, 15-point stop. Would have held stop loss to break even here. And that would have been a break even trade. And that's why today sucked. A lot of stop hunts, a lot of column movement, not any balanced price range, BPR. There was a nice V recovery here, but it went nowhere. It just dissolved after. It just took IRL buy side, barely. And then we just up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Should have waited for a better setup. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's okay, though. Everyone sees the market differently, like myself. How would I conduct my own strategy? Um, well, Alan, I forgot. You're really new, right? So I would first stick to the ICT strategy. I really, really would. I would nail it down. You have to take things almost month by month with testing a strategy. You really want to stick to the strategy. Um, you don't want to be bouncing around because that ruins the whole data and statistics. So this might be getting a little too technical, but what I do recommend for some of you is if you go into the education folder miscellaneous channel, and then if you click on trading journal, you have to scroll up a little bit. Let me see if I can like link this in the chat. Yeah, forward this to class. Did that work? Yeah, that right there in chat. That is a copy of an Excel spreadsheet. Some of you might be really good with Excel, some of you not at all. Be very careful how you click around just individual cells. There's different formulae in the background. And what it will do is you have a dashboard and it will give you all of the compiled data. So it will give you your average profit in points, in dollars, average time in a trade. I mean, it goes on, and you have to put in a lot of data too. But start using that trading journal, and that's going to help out a lot. It'll keep you consistent. It'll keep you disciplined. It'll keep you taking only the best trades, because doing all the work in the journal is it's not a pain in the ass, but it's work. So it makes you take a break away from normal trading, taking another trade, revenge trading. You have to put in all that data. So I highly recommend, even if you're paper trading, make edit the folder, call it paper, and use that journal. Is there any specific reason the market was like that today? Yes. It was a Monday. It was a no news Monday. See, look. Also, bookmark this page, Forex Factory. I'll put this in the chat. Whoops. Shit. Hang on. Let's just reload it. Make sure it's fucking right. Okay. There and boom. Okay, use that. Make sure it's filtered. I don't know if that link exactly works the way I have it, but you have to filter to just USD. I do all the folder news, everything, but just USD. So I want to know what the hell is going on in all of the, United States relevant financial news. I'm not doing Forex trading. If you were, you'd want, other nations involved. Australian, CAD, Canadian, Euro, whatever. Yeah, so that's that. No news. As you can see, there was nothing going on today. Just yellow folder, this one thing that didn't do anything. Same thing for tomorrow. There's not going to be a whole lot. These FOMC speakers may jostle the market a little bit. You may not want to be in a trade or getting into a setup right at 10 a.m. And that's a really horrible time for an FOMC speaker to be talking, because the 10 a.m. close is a bunch of candles, 2 hour, 4 hour, 15-minute, 5. It's like every candle is closing at 10 a.m. So you get a lot of propulsion, you get a lot of movement, you get a reversal. You typically don't get, like we had today, chop. From 9:50 to 10:10, we had just chop. 9:50, 10:10, just chop. Let's zoom in further so you can see how shitty the 9 a.m. macro was. Here's 9:50 to 10:10. This, just voo, voo. That was the 10 a.m. macro. Awful. So today, we knew not to go in heavy size. We knew not to take big risk. There was no big news, no big volume. That's what you get on No News Monday. Any other questions? Maxie, I know you're probably dying to ask a question. Fire one off. Or Alan, or anybody. We did have a nice dump here. I would have, if I was home, I would have taken this, guys. Check this out. Look at all the buy side IRL swept, internal resting liquidity. See all that taken, delivering out of the bullish fair value gap. We finally crept up and took enough. I was waiting for this. My alerts went off when I came back. There was the little box here. I had this high here for ES and this high here for NQ. Or was it this high? It was this high for NQ. And what did we do? We came right up into the 15-minute gap, which was also an hourly imbalance. We almost completely filled it. It was a great spot to look for a reversal. And yeah, that's the only pretty good trade today, was that short. And you had to have moved stop to break even late. Alan's typing away. Anything, Ball, B-Lock? Not on a string, in a string, Joe Schmo? Anybody? Any questions? Any concerns? Any problems with psychology? With taking the trade, knowing how many contracts to take? What's MNQ versus NQ? Any predictions on other stocks, if you want me to analyze a little bit of the liquidity of other stocks? Does the market tell you when the liquidity sweep is happening? It doesn't like be like, hey, we're doing it. But yeah, it has a way of talking. It has a way of telling you. Absolutely. So here's one way. Gelson, did we go over this one? Did you see this chart? You basically know there's a liquidity sweep about to happen when price starts moving in one direction quite aggressively, and we have, significant lows or highs in that area. We have some swing highs or swing lows. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think what we should have done today is not impulsively just taken a trade just because of a inverse. I think we should have waited for a real break of structure. A break of structure is when we have an actual trend forming, lower highs, lower lows. We have a downtrend, and then we neglect. We are not able to take out another low, a lower low. We create a higher low. That's your break of structure, and that kind of confirms right there the reversal, and then you start to look for the inversion. If the market is not looking so good for a trade, do you think you can find a slight time frame to target, or is it situational? Well, time is fractal. So every trade can be taken the same way. I've taken 15-minute, 5-minute inversions and hourly inversions. I may have even screwed around with a 4-hour inversion. Those are rare when you get a real swing high 3-candle inversion. I have fucked around with the occasional 4-hour, I'm pretty sure. Definitely the 1-hour 15s are nice. But can I find a slight time frame to target? I like to stick to the 15-minute and 1 hour for bias and really look if we're inside of a gap, a fair value gap, bullish or bearish, and I look for a reaction. And I want it to also complement the much higher time frame, the 4-hour. Okay, I want it to be close to that 10 a.m. because I want to know where that 4 hours is looking like it's going to close. Is it closing under, looking bearish on a gap? Well, we shouldn't be looking for longs. Even though the 1 hour is looking to sweep a little bit, the 4 hours now closing below. So you're going against, general order flow at that point. How do you trade when NQ sweeps a low? ES doesn't. SMT divergence, I think. Yeah, that's an SMT divergence. Can you explain how those are important and how you read that, or when the two are not doing the same thing? Yeah, those are SMT divergences. Those are super important. I always try to use those as an extra confluence when going into a trade. More so when ES takes a high and NQ doesn't. We had some SMTs today, but they just weren't good. Let's go back to like... So here's a bullish SMT. Not a great example, but here's a small example. Can you see this formation here? And then you got this here. So these are the same lows as here, and these are the same lows as here. You have, I don't know if that's a swing low because you've got 763, 763, 75. Those are equal lows here. So that's a little weird, but you see how NQ comes down, sweeps sell side? It takes out this low. ES did not. This low here, that is a bullish SMT. So what I do is I don't go for this one. I would take the lower low. I would take the one that swept the liquidity, and we look for that inversion. So it did that here. Bearish fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, inversing. You put stop loss down here, and that one did print. That one printed to buy side IRL. That was a valid trade. That's exactly what you'd look for. You'd look for the bullish SMT. Again, I like when ES is the one that takes the liquidity. So I would have liked rather the lower low here, ES sweeping sell side, and then we go. But I found that it doesn't really matter. I think ES is a little stronger. Okay. Predictions on Palantir. hitting 200 range by end of year. Palantir. Let's look at Palantir. The Palantir. Where do we get those? This is one of Nancy Pelosi's favorites. She bought a bunch of options back in the day, like many months ago. I think she made millions. But it looks like they're in a little bit of a pullback. There's a gap, right? So typically in a single stock, you're going to see gaps get filled right here. Probably completely get filled. So I would look for a Palantir to come down into the 160, low 160s. And then you could probably catch some scalps to buy side to 190. There is some bullish liquidity like here. Palantir in a correction could come down to 105. Again, every September, October, we do a correction of 10, 15%. It's just seasonally what the market ends up doing. And I see that also with Bitcoin because it's nearing, 125, that like double top. It kind of blasted through it. So that new all-time high, if we get there, September, October, is what could do it. Palantir may not hit Palantir could hit 200 by then. I don't think we'll go much higher, like especially with like Apple. Apple's got to hit 260 again. It's cranking through. It's closed over bullishly, so we'll see. So again, yeah, September, October correction. Palantir could hit 200. It's not far away at all, but it's overbought. It's got a gap. It's got a bunch of cash on hand. That's good. I didn't see the debt. I didn't look at the debt. Alan, hopefully you got that. While trying to pass a combine on Top Step. So I don't use Top Step, but let's see if I can answer this. Is it worse to get more than $200 per day? Well, which size account? That's also important. So if it's like a 50K account, I think you can make a lot more than 200 in a single account. I know with Apex, with a 50K account, you're looking at, in a week, if you still want to get a payout, your max is like 780, like 700 something dollars per account to not get over the 30% consistency rule. So 200 seems like a great goal for you per day, especially if you're copy trading the the 5 accounts that they let you in Top Step. They may have done to 10, but yeah, that's fine. $200 a day is a great goal. Even with 5 accounts, that's $1,000. So you make your $200 profit. Mm-hmm. Oh, Samson, you're here. What's up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, dog?
How are you? Sorry, I'm just yapping.
No, yeah, I didn't want to cut you off. Sorry.
You're good, man. We're just doing like enrichment hour or whatever. So people, if they have questions, just fire them off.
Yep. Okay, you're asking about the prop firm. Yeah, let me answer that pretty good. But it depends on your risk. You know, if you want to risk $100 a day, typically I like to risk a little more heavier because again, it's a prop firm. You're meant to risk more. Obviously, you still have good risk management, but it's not possible to risk all 30% of your profits. How does that work? Justin, on Apex or Top Step? It is, yeah, it's 50% of your profits.
4 hour on NQ is getting ready for a long. It's like BPR with LRLR. Oh, bunch of questions. Oh, did you help with the Top Step question?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, word. So Maxi, you're good. So it's not possible to withdraw more than the 30% of your profits, or how does that work? No, so on a single trade, this is hard to explain. So on a single trade, you can't make more than 30% of the total profits. So in a 50K account, it's like 780. Because 25. 750. 750. 30% of 2,500. So that's the first one. You go from the 50K to the 52,600 or whatever. On that journey to get your first payout, you can't make more than 750 per trade, because that would be more than 30% of the total. And I think with Top Step, it might be a little different. It's 50. All right. Not bad. That's nice. Sorry, I guess I didn't explain it correctly. I'm not sure if I heard incorrectly or not, but the more you make, the easier it gets to hit the max loss limit. Or maybe it was the 30% consistency rule. So the max loss limit, I think you have a daily max loss limit with Top Step. Samson, do you? Daily max loss?
I don't. It used to be like a solidified rule, but they took that away. But you can make that you could add a certain daily loss limit, so it automatically closes your account once you lose that much. Kind of like for risk management purposes. So you make 1,500 by accident, your account is not of play quite yet, as long as you get 1,500 on the day. It's overall max loss.
So Maxie, I don't use Top Step. Samson might be able to help you out a little bit more. But no, definitely. I mean, it is in your best interest to read the frequently asked questions and the descriptions of the evaluation account in Top Step or Apex, whichever one you're using, and then also for the funded account, because they are different. They have some different rules within them. So like some of them even have like um, 0 required trading days, so you can request a payout on the first day. That's not with Top Step or Apex, but that might be with like MFFU, My Future Funded. There's all these different prop firms. We'd like to stick with Apex and Top Step. Yeah, and some rules are only specific to eval accounts. On the Express, or also called funded, yeah, they don't give a damn. Yeah, except they do care if you're in a trade for news. So if you're getting into a trade right for news, that's only for your eval accounts, not for your funded. That'll DQ a funded account, at least for Apex. No. If you get payouts, that's your money. Yeah, you don't owe that money back. There's rules where after a certain amount of money, like 25,000 or so, then it becomes a 90-10 payout. So you get like, or up until then, it's a 90-10. So you get 90%, and the Apex or Top Step would take 10%. These are granular rules, but yeah, they have those. Yep, Maddie's right. And sometimes it's a lot less. So I can get you discount codes, and under 90% sales, your eval account on a 50K can cost like, I think it's like $20. At most like 30, 35. And at the least, I think, Samson, I think we've been able to activate what, like $18 evals. Pretty crazy.
Oh yeah, for Apex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have, let's say, 350K funded. You can keep those accounts and not open a live for a while. Or they force you to go live? No, you can keep them for a while. Yep, you can keep doing payouts and payouts. They don't force you into a live, not for a very long time. And very few people, too. You have to really be a top in the world. 80-20, I'm not
For
sure. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
okay,
No, you go ahead.
okay, yeah, no, for a Top Step, they only move you to live after like 30 winning days. Like they automatically move you. But um there's like this new rule on Top Step where once you get moved to a live, you have to get another 30 winning days before you can start taking out daily payouts. So it's honestly not even worth it. And you only have one live account.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Maddie's right. You blow the account if they move you to the live. You just get rid of that account. Is the R too high for making 200 in just one trade, or is it better to do the 200 in one trade? Well, that's why you copy trade. You can do a smaller profit goal and spread it out. So if you have 20 Apex accounts, if you make $100 profit and you keep doing that, you keep etching away at $100 profit, you're making 2,000. And so eventually, if all the accounts go from 50K to 52,600, you can now take out and request in all 20 accounts the min or max. You can bring that all the way down and kill the account down to 50,100, or you can take out 500, 1,000, whatever you're comfortable with, and that's your drawback. That's your drawdown that you have left. I think it's worth having your own live account eventually, but that takes time. You definitely want to get some payouts. That's most important. Because a live account, remember, you're funding yourself. That's all your money. So realistically, when you open a a live account, you do want to put, enough that you could risk your risk amount, $100 or so, at least, 10, 15, 20 times, right? You want to be able to play those statistics, have your winning percent. That's hence the journal that I put in the chat. You're going to want to have a statistic, a measured success rate for yourself, and prove it to yourself and have it in writing. So use that journal. That will confirm for you if you're ready for a live account. That will answer your own question if you're ready or not, and you'll know, you'll feel it. You'll be like, okay, I can risk my own. That'd be fun. Yeah, Maxi, I have funded accounts right now. Samson and I have funded. I have a live. I use the live when I have A plus plus setups, but the fundeds are 20 Apex. How do we know which fair value gaps are more important than others? They are usually the big ones. They stand out. If you were to step away from the chart, 5-10 feet, the most significant gaps are the largest ones. And you want to see ones that are, near IRL of liquidity or ERL of liquidity. So you want price to be coming up. See this wick here reacted on this bearish gap, and then we kind of just from there dumped. And this is over the 1 hour. So for days we dumped, came up, completely filled this gap. See, completely filled it. And that was a significant bearish fair value gap. That was an all-time high. I can do a class. We can do a class on rating fair value gaps next time. We can go through and just go through which ones are the most significant. I'll always put, rectangles on significant fair value gaps that I like. There are always going to be fair value gaps that are below a bunch of liquidity. So, way down here on sell side, if we were to come down here tonight or tomorrow morning, we'll look for longs out of here. I lost my track. Oh, yeah, here we go. Maddie, that's not a good mindset. Of course, you can move to a live account, but that's what you do. You take money from your payouts. So once you have, your bills covered and you can support yourself and maybe still have your job too, some extra cash goes off to the side and you hold it there and you're compiling your live account stockpile. So that's a great strategy. So as you're learning and getting going, you're stashing that money aside. So when time comes, you're not going, okay, now I need $3,000, $5,000, $10,000. You have that off to the side and you can now fund your live account. That's a really good strategy. In fact, a lot of people do that. I think if you went through ICT one by one for classes, that would really benefit everyone who's new. Yeah, we can do that. Do a session, talk about fair value gaps, a session, talk about imbalance. Okay. Yeah. I can just repurpose and curate ICT stuff, and we can basically build our own boot camp. We can do that. Samson and I can put that together. What trades do you usually make with the funded account? All my trades are the funded accounts, and then I will probably notate if I take a live account. I'll say like, oh, this is looking like a live account play. It's the most beautiful, picture perfect swing low or swing high, depending on which way we're going. Inversion with perfect momentum. The needle at the top swing high. If we're going short, it's delivering bearish from a bearish fair value gap. Again, if we're going short, that's what I'm looking for. At least 4 or 5, if not 6 confluences. So it has all the A plus setup confluences like this, mixed with also a protected higher low play and an SMT. You stack all of those, it's a very successful trade. Those are the banger trades. Those are the 6, 8, 10 RR. Yeah, manipulation and the market reacting. This was manipulation right here. Whoa. So this is the hourly, but here, look at all this consolidation. Consolidation, manipulation came right here with the breakthrough, right? Now, It didn't happen with a swing high, a perfect 3-candle formation, but you can see how we pumped, came up, took all the buy side liquidity and just dumped off of it. Let me try to find you a 15-minute example. That's better. This is sort of manipulation coming down, sweeping sell side, delivering out of the bullish fair value gap here, but it's not like really pretty. Here we go, or something. All right, so there's different powers of 3 here. So you have accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So essentially, you get accumulation in the is it Asia session, London session, manipulation, distribution, New York session, typically. But you get power of 3, you get accumulation, manipulation, distribution, all in different time frames, even within New York. So here's accumulation, right? Overnight, manipulation taking out the sell side, and the distribution to the top, to new buy side and all-time high. Everyone see that? Accumulation, manipulation coming down at market open, taking out sell side. See how all these lows here are taken? Wick, inversion, distribution to buy side. Textbook. Okay? Accumulation, manipulation at market open, right? Pump, dump, Judah swing. Pump, dump, pump. Took out the sell side, distributed to buy side. Got it? I have a perfect chart here of power of 3. Check this out. Why do you always go up there? Come down here. This guy right here. So you have a buy and sell model. So a buy model, yes, it's coming down. It's coming down because remember, you have to generate liquidity. The big institutions can't just push the button. So when they want the market to go up, they actually cause a sell-off. They cause a dump. So you have Asia session accumulation, manipulation in London, and the distribution of New York. There is the low being swept. People are going to think, oh, resistance has been broken. We're now going to break through, go short. No, it's exactly this, the turtle, except the opposite. They thought there was the short down here, breaking resistance down here. So they're going to go short, like these longers here. No, it was the generated liquidity to reverse and dump, or again, in the case of here, pump. Hopefully that made more sense. I'll find some more examples in just a minute. I want to answer some questions. I'm going to keep it a buck. I love trading, but this is a in and out game for me just to make it be able to pursue my speed shop dreams. That would be fire. Okay, sweet, bro. Hey, that's the whole purpose of trading is financial freedom. Get you where you want to be. You want to open up another shop, be entrepreneurial, side hustles, other passions of yours. Money is the tool to get you there. Let you do it. How long have you been trading for? Oh, Maddie. How long has Maddie been trading? A year and a half. Future 6 months. Nice. Power 3. Anything else, guys? Anything else? I know some of you are held up on something.
Ask away.
We're still dumping off of this buy side. We're probably going to take out sell side. At least here.
Honestly, the only thing I need is more time in the markets. Yeah.
Yep, same with ball. A lot of people need that. Everyone needs experience. You just get better and better. I'm only going to get better and better with more time on the chart.
Exactly.
I can't wait to see how I am in 5 more years. It's gonna be fucking nuts.
And do more back testing. So take my time to learn more instead of feeling like I gotta win now. For sure.
That's what'll ruin you, Maddie. You just have to be patient. It's kind of like fishing. You know, you cast your bait out and you wait for the nibble. The nibble is the A plus setup. You reel it in, you pull that fish in when you get the inversion to close under or over. And sometimes the fish gets away. Sometimes it's the break even trade, hits the next liquidity pool. That's why we have stop to break even. We're a little more disciplined than other ICT traders, or just other traders in general. A lot of traders don't use a stop loss, or they don't move to break even so soon. Um, Samson and I are really trying to
Yeah,
create careers, lifetime traders.
exactly. I'm still confused on funded accounts. Is that what people use to not lose their money? Yeah, basically, you're using funded accounts to basically leverage. So when you're trading with a 50K account, instead of trading with 50K in your own capital, you're trading with the prop firm's money, but it's still not real money. But you can withdraw it. Graphics replay, and let's see, setup is looking really good, but it goes opposite way. Is it because of news or something changing the market that you don't know, or just paper trade on TradingView? FX replay, yeah. Sometimes there could be news that you don't even know about. Um, or there could have been an S&P divergence you can't really see. So paper trading on TradingView would be more efficient then? I would say they're kind of the same thing, but you could definitely backtest more on FX replay because you can go back years, while TradingView you can only go back like what, a couple months.
Yeah. If you get the ultimate subscription, you can do a bunch of ticks.
For TradingView.
Yeah. So like, see if I'm on the if I go on the 1 minute and then I try to go back to like July 2nd, watch it'll have this little symbol here,
Oh wow.
and it tells you ultimate gets you 40,000 bars, but I only get 25,000. So if I upgrade my plan, yeah.
But for price wise, wouldn't FX replay be better?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm confused. How is it not real money now? I'm so sorry about the questions, but can you kind of talk about a scenario of investing 50K and how it works, please? Maxi, first of all, you don't have to apologize for the questions. That's what we're here for. So, funded accounts, basically, you have a lot of people buying these accounts, but a lot of these people are blowing the accounts and not taking payouts. So, the platform is forming a pool of liquidity and just a sum of all their money they profit off of, but also they have a huge chunk of money that they can pay out to traders who are able to withdraw and request payouts.
Yep. Maddie is correct. And Samson.
So it's a win, yeah, it's a win-win game for the prop firm and the profitable traders. So instead of having to risk like 50K of real money just to make, let's say, 5, 6K, you could buy a funded account for 200 bucks, make 5, 6K on that, and withdraw it. But the only problem with um, funded accounts is that there's certain rules and loopholes you have to go through, like consistency rules. You have like a max $2,000 drawdown on the 50K, but again, you're only paying $200 rather than actually investing 50K in a live account. So I would say it's worth it.
Maddie's preaching. Maddie. Yeah. I can't emphasize enough how right Maddie is. This is going to take time. You know, I fucked up on Friday. I should have had 2 break-even trades. I had 2 losses because I didn't move stop to break even for 10 a.m. news. And I didn't identify the next actual bearish liquidity pool. There was a small one, and price literally did one needle wick up into that pool, and then it dumped and took me out. And I would have had another just break even trade. So you have to be ruthlessly disciplined, but also, you know, double check and triple check things sometimes. But yeah, do not expect this to be overnight. Do not expect this to be next week. Do not expect this to be next month. You will start to really get things week after week. Things will click more and more, month after month, and things will just start to make more sense till eventually you will be able to fully articulate the trade that you took, why you took it, how you took it, the whole breakdown, and even post the picture like I do with the red and green, the whole thing. I have a video on how to do it so you can learn. But yeah, there will be a time where it'll just all completely click and you will be able to speak your way through the whole trade. And that's a really fun moment because that's when you just get it. And that's when you can start to, eventually that's, when you can start to do things on your own. And yeah, it takes a long time. Uh-oh. Alan's got the patience. The spread will always be the same. I'm not sure what you mean. Like the spread of how you get filled? The spread on the charts? Gelson? Yeah, I can definitely attest to Maddie's comment right there about going insane. There's definitely going to be trades that you like absolutely knew should have worked and they won't. And you may end up going full tilt. Some of you are going to blow funded accounts in a single trade. You watch. You say to yourself, that's not going to happen, Levy. Oh, it's going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen. You're going to get so pissed off at the market. Or maybe you don't. Maybe we teach you, Samson and I, we teach you to be that disciplined where you never go full tilt. You never try to double the risk after a loss or two and try to just make it back because it can't be 3 losses in a row. You know, hopefully we can hone you into not being that kind of a trader. But I do think that it takes those losses to never do them again and to start to really hone yourself into that disciplined trader. So don't be afraid to fuck up here and there. Don't be afraid to just take the trade. And if you really like it, but you're not feeling good about it, paper trade it or have another eval account on the side and just eval trade it. Don't use your funded account. That's what we're talking about. You got to really think all those things through. And I'll try, and Samson and I will keep trying to always just speak our mind as we're analyzing the charts, talk through everything, how we're feeling, if we're going to copy trade this, if we're going to just take one account, the live account. Yeah, Gelson, you mentioned that before. Someone else did, where if you enter the market, sell or buy, and this was a short, I think you don't have real time data. So Gelson, when you got into the trade and it put you like somewhere else on the chart, I think that's because you have like a 10-minute delay. You have to pay for the real time data on your chart. So price was somewhere else in reality at that exact time. It let you take the trade, which is crazy without real time data, I guess. But that would be my guess, is that you don't have real time data. It's a small fee. I think it's like $3 or $4 a month for the futures indices. No, that's fine, Alan. You just want to laugh the losses off, accept losses. Don't be afraid to lose here. Trading, you will lose, like I did on Friday and today. Samson and I met in a Discord, and then we started trading together on, just had our iPhones on speakerphone, and just started talk through it, take trades, and then it grew. His friends were already doing it, so they invited me into that. Yeah, same thing can happen for you guys. No, you can just keep asking us your questions, Maxie. Well, there's also use this. I mean, definitely. Does this work? I think I put this in the miscellaneous tab as well. Make sure you have a tab of this open. This is ChatGPT for ICT. So it's literally AI honed in by ICT himself with his like personality and all of the ICT terms and everything under the sun ICT. So when you ask a question, you will get a really nice answer, and you can ask based on a keyword search or just a general question. Um, it paper trading is not real money, but taking the trade on the charts, you still need real time data on TradingView. I'm pretty right, Samson. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
I
chart.
would say, like, have you ever lost big with your own money? I wouldn't say necessarily big all at once, but when I did first start trading funded accounts, I didn't have the proper risk management. I didn't have the best psychology. So I did blow through a good amount of money over time. It wasn't like in a couple days, it was like maybe a couple months. But that was just me being reckless with funded accounts. But it's still, again, the amount of money I blew wasn't really that much. When I was 17, I lost 7K on an options call. Oh my gosh.
That sucks.
Yeah, man, I've traded options before too, bro. It's
Options
hard.
are hard. For me, for the future,
Let-
options, I'll be doing swing trades. I'll have stuff like a month or 2 out expiration when I look at the 4 hour and the daily and see inversions. And other than that, I'll eventually get to just managing my own long term port where I'm, swinging the stocks.
Yeah, 100%.
But I've lost money, and then I made it back with options, but definitely had some big losses. You have to. They teach you. They really do.
Mm-hmm.
They humble you.
When I was 18, the first trade I ever took, I was up 200 in a few minutes. I walked to the kitchen to grab a snack. Then I get back, I was down over 400. Oh my gosh. What were you trading? Actually, I have a similar story. When I first traded Forex, this is back when I was working like a minimum wage job too. So I think like the first trade I ever made was like $300 on Forex. And I thought I was like the shit. I thought I was a profitable trader. I didn't know what I was doing. Fucking lost that 300 the next day. And because I didn't have much money back then, that's so bad. Apple, I had 2K for ANW calls today. Nice, Matty.
Apple, fucking Apple.
Has anyone had any like crazy return stories on like crypto or options or like just an insane return off of like a trade? That's not trading opposite other than the swings. I keep trying to become TJR and it's not working. It's my best trade in the chat. Nice. I have some coin account with a bunch of Bitcoin from like 7 years ago. I can't get it. No way.
You can't get it?
Are you serious? How much was Bitcoin at when you bought it? Less than 60K. Wow. I mean, 7 years ago, was Bitcoin even?
Where was Bitcoin at 7 years ago?
I think it was way less than 60K.
Ugh,
Let's see.
it was, bro. Back in 2019, it was fucking 15. Oh, I'm looking at Tesla. Oh my God, I'm looking at Tesla. It was 8,000.
It was 8,000 back in
Well, it
2019.
depends. I mean, it could have been 3,000. Yeah, there's all these different prices. But yeah, you could have gotten it in 2019 for as low as 3K.
Oh my God.
Yep. Yep.
How old are you, Samson? I'm 22.
I wish I bought Bitcoin 10 years ago.
How old are you guys? 23, 21, 25.
Yeah, you guys are all great ages. You're all super young. So much time to learn and just fail a little bit. Fail forward, learn, take your trades, take your losses, get humbled.
19. You sent it in chat. If let's say it's going to R be higher, or that depends on us. Gustin, that depends on you. But typically, I like to trade at least one RR. Oh my gosh.
What?
That is insane, Maddie.
Oh, the meme wallet? Is this his wallet?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Let me send mine, bro. It's still not like nearly as much, but this is my biggest
Up
return.
54,000 on meme decks? What the fuck?
I miss meme coin season.
Wow. So account one and account one. So it went from 72K to 123. Wow. Shield 3K. That's awesome. Maddie, maybe you can be the crypto meme analyst here. We can open a channel for you. You can post your analysis for the week. That's fucking nuts. That's sweet.
Here, this is mine. This is off of 1K. Nah, yeah, I missed this shit, bro. No way, you were in Gooncoin too? That was like my biggest ever return on like crypto. Gelson, I put 1,000 in that coin.
Alan, don't get too excited. Don't start just throwing money at meme coins.
Oh fuck. I was
careful.
gambling.
They're super speculative, super pump and dumps. They're not backed by really anything. They can keep reproducing the coins for a lot of these meme coins. So it's not like Bitcoin where there's a finite amount. With the meme coins, they can just keep like fiat currency, like printing coins, just digitizing more money, more coins. But if you catch a banger, yeah, you can make a shit ton of money. You have to diversify like Matt did. He put the 3 in each. Oh my God, he put his whole savings through. Okay, all right. Well, we don't want to listen and follow Maddie's shoes, the path of Maddie too much, because you do want to diversify a little bit. You probably don't want to put your whole savings in meme coins.
Is that the money that's showing you could actually pull out? Yeah. But I got out like a little. I was being stupid. I got out for like 25 grand though.
That's awesome.
Yes, I'm paid off my mom's mortgage with it. Nice. Dude, no, yeah, meme coins are not for the weak. I definitely would not trade it now because it's super like, um, it's just the meme coin season is kind of dead. Trenches are dead.
Yeah, guys, a lot of them.
But if
oh, sorry.
go ahead, go ahead.
No, go.
Yeah, but I'm gonna like if meme coin season does come back, it's an opportunity to 10, 20, 30, even 50x your money. So I'll definitely be messing around. But that's just purely gambling. There's no technical analysis to it. There's really nothing else to it. I've heard of a meme coin called Touch Grass. How big is it? It's either going to pop or down, basically. Yeah. We did get so off topic.
That's all right.
Can I also ask you guys a question? How did you guys find out about trading? And what strategy you guys use? I'm monitoring Discord. I have like 400 people. I used to just send coins to my Discord. Maddie, that's crazy, bro. So you were just rugged. That's. Oh my gosh. Hey, did you ever pay taxes on those meme coins on your returns? I am Pam, come get me.
What was I gonna say? Fuck yeah, ball. Let's go. I love that. I love that story. Bijan. Was he ICT or something else? I think he was something else. Stocks. Okay. Yeah. We'll be a lot different. We'll be better. But I'm definitely going to start managing my stocks soon. Next year or two, I really am eager to do it. I'm definitely going to anticipate the correction this fall a little, trim some of my stocks, maybe a little crypto, a little Bitcoin. Oh, nice. So you got some tax benefits there. Very nice. Typical Flash, yeah. Yeah. Yep. They got all the fancy cars. You have to put the blinders up, Alan. That's all. You just have to, stay in your lane. You have your life. You have your universe to worry about, right? Everyone that comes by, they're just passerbys, right? You got to focus on you. Not really much more to say about that. Just I see it all the time. I see other people making huge trades. I've seen the guys making 20, 30K on a single trade in a day. It's awesome and I'm happy for them. And I know that eventually I can get there too. It's just about scaling up the live account. You take that same 2% or whatever percent risk. Yeah, you should have a goal. You should have a vision board too. You should have some type of like thumbnail tack board or a whiteboard on the wall, and you should, you know, tape up a car that you want, a home you want, some material item, or a picture of a family member. You have to materialize. You have to put it up and make it real, and those should be your goals. Not the family member as your goals, but if it's to like help someone with a health problem, um, money can solve that. If someone is looking for a procedure or a surgery, whatever. But yeah, this can solve those problems. It won't necessarily make you happy. I know some people who have a lot of money and are miserable. I've heard stories of people worth 100 million or more and they try to drown themselves in their Olympic pool. Money won't make you happy. You have to fix your world. You have to fix all the things around you, your universe, like I say. But again, the trading, this journey, like this is going to be another challenge, another bump in the road. You have to commit to it. You have to be, like I keep saying, ruthlessly disciplined and committed to this, and know that it's gonna take a shit ton of time. It's gonna take time. It's awesome. 5 months. Yep, every month a little bit better. And also, guys, once you get that money for your goals, buy it. Yep, yep. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap up soon. Any other final questions?
Yes, Alan, switch up on your DM1s after the first payout. Can we do another class like this at the end of the week? Yes, we can. I'm switching up on my homies to get rich, not go high. But all seriousness, I really want to move out my hometown to buy a home or retire my mom. You got it, bro.
That's a great goal, man. You can do it. Just again,
Exactly.
patience. It'll take time.
What makes it easier too now is that you have reasoning to become successful. It's not just that you wanted to make money for stupid shit. I don't know how people aren't happy with money though. It's crazy. Like how you gonna have 100 and be unhappy, dude? I know.
It's very simple. It's very simple. You get numb. Like, trust me, when you just buy stuff and you buy another car and another $1 million car, a Koenigsegg and the Pagani Huayra and the Lamborghini Revuelto, whatever, it will get old. It sounds impossible, I know, but those stupid rich people who are miserable, like they can't just buy another thing and it doesn't work like that. That's
Exactly.
momentary. It's a momentary happiness. Um, yeah, seriously, you need people, you need friends, family, you need your network, you need to travel with them, do shit. You can't just be, because trading is a very selfish thing. It's all you. You're tied into your computer. Like, we have a community here, yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're a professional trader, you're just sitting there. It's all you. So you definitely need to still have hobbies. You need to be able to go to the gym. Get your dopamine release. Um, have your mental clarity, your mental health. Try to meditate. Um, Always take time off the charts, especially after a loss. Journal it or step away for 5-10 minutes. Go for a walk. Right? You should have those rules. I think we did a psychology class. We talked about that. We can do it again and record it. Or you have to be ruthless on those rules. When you get it, you'll know, bro. Some people just feel empty. Yep. Yep. Money can fill emptiness just for a little. Shaky. Yeah, Maddie's got a point. I'd rather have 100 mil in a shitty life than no money in a shitty life. And there are people on the street who are super happy. All right, guys. I think we will call it a night. All right. Thanks so much. I will post the recording really